Hi everyone, this is Keya. I am of the Keya & Co. fame. I'm about to make some Bombay street food for you. I am making bread omelet, which is a very traditional, well, I can't say traditional, it's a very classic street food that you'll find on the streets of Bombay. And it's like an elevated egg sandwich, okay? Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna turn my pan on. We wanna get this heated while we're going. Now, so it's a very simple recipe. It just has a few eggs, a couple of slices of bread, and then these are my spices that are going in there. I have some red chili powder, some freshly ground pepper, some onions, cilantro, and green chilies. You can de-seed them if you don't want it to make too spicy, but you have to make it spicy. That's the way to eat it. So I'm going to season my eggs, and then I'm going to put butter in here and season that as well, because we want to build that flavor. Let's start with the eggs. I'm going to throw in a little bit of salt. Just a small pinch for each egg is kind of how I determine how much salt to put in there. A couple of pinches of pepper, and whisk that up. It's okay if it makes a mess. It's street food. There is no clean street food. It's supposed to be messy. Okay, that's how it tastes good. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I am going to throw in some butter into the pan, let that start melting down. You want to coat the pan with the butter so that your eggs are not sticking to it when you throw the eggs in here. Just like so. I'm also going to add in some onions in here to add a little bit more flavor. And our green chilies. And let that cook for a second. I'm going to keep whisking my eggs. Okay, so this dish should really take just a few minutes to come together. Our goal is to make these fresh as you're serving and cooking, kind of make one as you go sort of a thing. Okay, the onions are cooking. That looks pretty good. I'm going to throw in a little bit more butter in here because why not? It's butter. It's good for you. But mainly we want to make sure the pan is fully coated in some kind of fat so your egg is not sticking. Okay, in goes the egg. And the other two ingredients are coming right after this. Once the egg goes in here, you want to work pretty fast because we're trying to make a sandwich inside the pan. That's the magical part here. Throw in my cilantro because all the flavor, a couple of pinches of red chili powder. And I think I might add a little bit more salt. To make sure. Okay, here's the fun part. Are you ready? Okay, I'm using some Pepperidge Farm Butter Bread because it has really nice buttery flavor and the texture is really great too. So this is the important part. Get your bread in the pan and flip it over. You just want to coat the bread a little bit in the egg mixture, just like that. Let this keep cooking for a second. You want the underside of the egg to fully get cooked before. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna flip this whole thing. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter on top of the bread to give it some browning and coloring and flavor. I can just dot it on the bread. You can also add in some oil. Olive oil is great for this part if you don't want to use butter. Okay, the moment of truth is coming up. I can't rush. Let me give it a minute. Okay, make sure my egg is cooked. Since we're flipping this whole thing, if your egg is still raw, it's going to break up on you. So we want to make sure that it's put together. Okay, and I'm going to turn this pan around so I have an easier reach. I'm going to flip this way in my direction. Okay, pray for me. Ready? And boom. Okay, now comes the magical part. Do you see these sides of the eggs? We're going to flip them inside the sandwich. Just like that. Let this cook just a little bit more. We flip the egg back, the bread back into a sandwich, and voila, it's an egg sandwich in a pan. I'm gonna turn this over to let this bread cook. Yeah, that's the good stuff. So you have this buttery bread along with spicy, salty eggs inside of a sandwich, and it all gets done in one pan. You don't need to do anything else after this. Just kind of serve it as is. I'm gonna cook this up a little bit more, flip it over again. Look at that color. And there's some chili powder on top of the bread too, so that also has a nice spice component. This is all kinds of good. And there you have it. Street style Bombay egg sandwich, or bread omelet as we call it. Fun. Okay, did you love this? I hope you'll make it. If you do make it, come let me know what you think. Again, my Instagram handle is Keya & Co. You can find me on YouTube. My website is keyaandco.net. I am Keya. Thank you for watching.